What's good, Washington fans? It is training camp day one, man. It's hot out there in Richmond. We got my man Warpath, Kitty Man, Fitness, Oscar Josue Montel. These are my elite channel members. I'm gonna shout out some people in the chat before we get to business here. Shout out to DeQuavis. He says, "Yo, James Panda, what's up, man?" Deshaun O'Neal, Krispy Kreme Donut. What's going on, man? Kenneth Melton, what's up, man? What's up, Rich Heigl? Make sure you guys subscribe to everybody's channel. Make sure you guys sub up to Warpath's channel. He is out there in Richmond right now giving guys live updates. Shout out to Oscar Josue Montel. Make sure you sub him up. He does Washington football content. And Kenny Man Fitness, he does basketball content as well. So make sure you guys sub up all these guys. So we're going to start off with Warpath, man. I just want to ask you what you saw out there. Who did you meet? Did you meet any famous players, any former famous players? How did some of the guys look out there today?
Yeah, I mean, you think about your boy Heineke. I thought he played the best out of any of the quarterbacks. It looked like there was a little bit of issue with Fitzpatrick getting on one accord. He had some nice rhyme, had some good throws, but Heineke, I thought, played the best out of all of them. You saw Landon Collins and Cam Curl out there at the safety spot on defense. It's starting with the one. St. Juice was out there with the one, starting on the outside as well. So it was good to see that. I thought Jared Patterson, the local kid, he played pretty well in the limited snaps that he got. He was cutting up in between the holes and everything like that. But for the most part, it was fun. I got to meet Dexter Manley. He's as big and as crazy as advertised. I got to take a picture with him. Met some of our Washington Pod folks and Burgundy Network with Josh Taylor and Real Robinson of Raw, and then Freddie Ham of HTWR. So it was good to see them. Some of the local folks got to crap talk with Rhiannon Walker for a little bit, so that was fun. And just it was overall good day. The heat was probably the worst part of the whole day. But other than that, and then they had some Bama that came out the sewers with the from the Cowboys and everything, and we're up in that video, and you can look at me. I had to look of disgust up in my face when I saw this. I said, "Who let this homeless Bama up in here like this? It's just a shame."
Did you get to meet your country guy, Fred Smoot?
No. See, there's a thing about Fred. Apparently, he don't get up before like 11 o'clock on the weekdays. So he's probably, and they say he might have had too much of a good time the previous night. So, him and Doug, I didn't see them out there. Them down south boys, they might have drank too much of that moonshine, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh man, did you get an autograph football?
I did not get an autograph football. I did not get that. One of my buddies did get a Jamin Davis autograph football. They were all pre-signed, and he was just tossing them out. So.
Okay, so Heineke looked good. I like to hear it.
Yes, Heineke looked good. The punt return situation, Dax Milne's not it. He's not it at punt return.
So he's like Trey Quinn.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. He is pretty much like that. He was dropping it. I mean, he was dropping like a bad habit. And that was just on the gun. That wasn't when they were doing live punts. So. I think Isaiah Wright looked a little bit better at punt returner than he did.
Okay. How about Steve Sims?
Steve Sims, he had some good punts. He caught them clean. He didn't drop anything. Was no flashes of it was no flashes of the Carolina game. So he did pretty good out there.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a quick question for Warpath again. He said, "How from DeQuavis, how was Ben St. Juice looking out there?"
He looked tall and dominant. I think he had one on the opposite side of me where he may have swatted the ball down there, but he was on Cam Sims a lot in that first team defense. So, Cam's all right. Cam's okay, but that's not somebody. If you want, he only had 400 some odd yards last year. You want to give him some more competition, but he looked good for the most part. The defense is in prime position right now. You see Sam Cosmi out there too on the offense since Cornelius Lucas is on the COVID list right now.
I did hear about it. I did hear about that. Shout out to Reggie Reg. He says, "My Washington family." He's a channel member. Shout out to him. Shout out to Alex Coy Jr. So let's get into it. So Logan Thomas got paid. He's getting to eat. John Allen, he's eating as well. I just wanted to get your thoughts on those moves. Do you think those moves were the right moves? Do you think Logan Thomas is overpaid? How do you guys feel about the moves? And I'll go with you first, Kenny.
Um, I think both moves was great moves. First of all, Logan, he deserves it. He could have got more, honestly. You know what I mean? He deserves it. Breakout year. I feel like he's gonna be a staple in this offense this year. Just reliable hands, run tenacious. After he catches the ball, he tries to run you over as a tight end. You know, we need something like that here. We need an identity, and I really like the fact that they stepped up and got that deal done, and unexpectedly. I didn't think that was about to happen like that. So it was cool. John Allen, high character guy, good against the run. Locker room guy. Absolutely. I like that move too. That's another move that I didn't expect it right away, and then it's like boom, they handling business. I love structure. When they get good guys in place, you know what I mean? They hold on to them. I like that. I like the new regime. I like what they're doing. The older guys, Kerrigan, you know what I mean? It sucks that he had to go, but I get the direction they're going to.
Yeah, it's a damn good culture now. It's a damn good culture. How about you, Oscar?
So I'm happy about the John Allen move, and I'm happy with the Logan Thomas move. I just hope with Logan Thomas that he can produce, more, this year, because you know how some players are. They're here for a 1 year deal, then they get that extension, and then they slump. So I really hope that Logan Thomas, it's well deserved off of this past year, but can he produce
Can he produce
the 3 years that he has left?
3 years that he has left?
Right. How about you, Warpath? How about you, Warpath?
Yeah. So I think the Logan Thomas thing is, I told y'all this last year. This dude is the truth. You put him up with this coaching, he deserves it. I don't think you're going to see you might see a dip in the numbers, but I think it's going to be because he's going to have better quality play behind him. I mean, you look at last year, 3 backup tight ends had 3 catches for a total of 18 yards last year. That's unacceptable. I mean, Bay could catch that. Could have catch an 18-yard pass, and more than any of them guys. And then John Allen. I've been critical of John Allen. I've wanted to trade him, but at the end of the day, this is a guy who wants to be here. We don't see this BS with Brandon Sheriff kicking it down the curb. This is a guy who wants to be here. Hey, if he wants to be here, I want you here. You got paid, and both of these are team-friendly deals for the most part, it looks like. So it's good. And maybe some of that signing bonus can help Bay clean up the community pool down there. I don't know, but
Warpath coming in with hot. He's coming in hot, man. He's coming after you, OG. He's coming in hot, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Corey.
Oh, you're welcome for the introduction, sir. I got to do that.
I truly forgot the time. I thought it was going to be about 8 or 9 o'clock, like Ed normally did.
No, so yeah, OG. I know you're on CP time, but it's all good. But it's all good.
Sorry about.
But it's all good. But yeah, Warpath. I mean, I know that's your guy, Logan Thomas.
Yeah,
Logan Thomas out of Virginia Tech, the former quarterback, converted. Everybody wanted Austin Hooper. Everybody wanted David Njoku, all those guys, and then Austin Hooper still getting paid more than Logan Thomas. And Logan Thomas came in there and played like a boss last year. He balled out. He earned his money. He's a culture guy. He can play quarterback. He can do trick plays. He can block guys. Took out Ryan Kerrigan when he was with the Lions, and I hope he can do it again this year when we play the Eagles. So how do you feel about the signings? OG, we'll get you caught up to speed. So Warpath, he was, talking about, his rendezvous with Julie Donaldson and Fred Smoot and some other guys and things like that. So you missed out on that part. But but OG, what do you think about Logan Thomas, the extension, and John Allen's extension? Do you think they were overpaid? Do you think it's the right move? Is it a good culture move? How do you feel about those signings?
First of all, man, I want to thank you, man, for inviting me on your show. And as always, Corey's going to be petty. I didn't think Kenny was going to show up. But thank God for the blessings. Hey, sir, I think both of those signings were great. I think they were well needed. These are core players, and not only core players, they're leaders by example. And we stole with Logan Thomas. This guy don't just catch, like you said, he blocks. He knows the assignments. And with us getting John Bates, that's only going to open it up for him to run. I don't want to call him Elroy Jetson, but it's only going to open it up for Scott Turner to run the double tight end, which means it's going to be more effective run plays, more effective mixed direction plays. And I love that we retain Logan Thomas. And as you, I'm gonna leave it alone about my man John Allen. I love John Allen. I'm thankful that he's still here.
Yeah. And shout out to Rich Heigl for becoming a channel member. You guys can become a channel member if you like with the link down below. I appreciate you, Rich. Shout out to Hawk for the donation. He says, EO on the warpath, Kenny and Oscar. I just got engaged last weekend, y'all, and I wanted to shout out my future Mrs. Hawkins. Hail to the football team. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Thank you for the donation. We're super excited for you, man. Definitely, yeah, warpath drink went up for you. Tone, Redskins watching football fan ho. Thank you for the donation. He says, hello, everyone on the panel. I'm so hyped about this season, man. I'm happy football is back. I hope Sammy's Reyes will make the team after that deep ball. And you guys can respond to that if you like.
That was a pretty catch. Saw it in real live TV with my own eyes. He stretched out, got that ball, and he's making me a believer. Sammons Reyes is making me a believer. But after that catch, I think he did have one drop that he could have had, but other than that, then this guy might be legit.
So you think there's what are the chances you think? What percentage do you think he's gonna make? Would you give him to make the roster?
How old is Bay? 65? Yeah, I give him 65%.
That's fine.
Oh man. All right. Let's get into the news that came out yesterday. So Cruising, thank you for the donation. He's a Giants fan, as you can see with his emoji on. I heard Daniel Jones was pretty darn bad in training camp today. I heard he couldn't complete 3 passes in a row today. That's what I heard, Cruising. So I'm happy to hear that about Danny Fumbles. You're funny, Cruising. He said these guys will be sad he gets swept again. That's not happening again, Cruising. All right.
As long as we make it to the playoffs again.
Yeah. You guys enjoy watching us in the playoffs. But yeah, let's get to the the news that came out about Curtis Samuel. Also Cornelius Lucas on the COVID-19. But I'll get to this next donation. I don't want to miss this donation here. Alexander Wilson, shout out to him. He's a channel member as well. He says, Washington report from Rick Snyder said he saw Reyes drop a lot of easy catches and see him as a practice squad player. And Warpath, you were there, so you can take this one.
Huh. Yeah, he dropped a couple, and you know the funny thing about Rick Snyder, he looks just like the older version of Chris Russell. That was the funniest thing. They were standing right there beside each other, and he did drop a couple of passes, but he had just as good. He was 50-50 for the most part. But that one catch that he had, the highlight there was good. This is what he can do. I think talking with a couple of people, it's going to be him getting down the blocking, right? It's not the physicality and catching the ball, but it's actually, it's 2 parts: getting the blocking down and taking a hit at the NFL level, right? But I think that I think Sammons, he like I said, he'd make me a believer in what he can do in his athletic ability. And you know, Rick Snyder, he had his body like tilted halfway between talking to people and watching the field. So, you know, I mean, he can do all that. The man been in the business for 80 years. So, you know, hey, shout out to him. Like, he was doing his thing out there. Sammons Reyes was.
Yeah, we'll see. He's still raw. He's still got a lot to learn. But I mean, he's got Pete Horner, a good tight end coach. You know, Heineke. He's got the connection with Heineke. So we'll see. He might surprise and make the roster. Even if he doesn't make the roster this year, it's not a bad thing. He can develop on the practice squad. But yeah, I did want to get to the pup question and Cornelius Lucas on the COVID list. I just want to get you guys' concern level. Some people are freaking out about Curtis Samuel with the groin injury. I personally think he's going to be ready week 1, but I just want to get you guys' take on it. And do you think that opens up another spot for a wide receiver to make the roster, maybe like a DeAndre Carter or a Dax Milne? Will that make Ron push to putting, 6 or 7 guys instead of like 5 or 6? And OG, I'll let you go first.
Man, like you said, I won't get alarmed with Curtis Samuel. I think right now you want to go ahead and get him all the rest he can get, because you don't want him just for some of the season. You want him especially for the latter part of the season. And like you said, I truly believe that there's going to be another receiver that makes it, so you don't have to rush him. And the way this wide receiver core is, and as thick as that battle is, you don't really have to rush this guy. You can still put in Deontay. You can still put in Harmon, Cam Sims. A lot of them dudes, you won't really miss what you never had.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, let him heal, let him get better, and don't rush it back.
How about you, Warpath?
Yeah, give him the time. I'm not really worried about it right now. The pup list, as long as it's not week 1, he's not going to miss any significant time. Just have him ready for week 1 against the Chargers. Let him heal up, take his time. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I think people thought my tweet yesterday was like, oh, here we go. Like, oh no, this is doom and gloom. I'm just like, my goodness, we just need a little break. Can we have a little bit of break here? But it is what it is, and I think he'll be all ready to go, because this offense, he can do a lot of things in this offense, and you will miss that if he's not ready to go on week 1.
Yeah, I'm with you. How about you, Kenny? What's your concern level with Curtis Samuel?
Not really concerned, because I just feel like more passes going to go to De'Ami Brown. More passes going to go to Terry McLaurin. I'm comfortable with those guys already. I trust my eyes. I know De'Ami Brown hasn't been in the NFL yet. Just watching him, though, those highlights in the college games. And I don't just watch the highlights. I watch the lowlights, too. Like, I watch the bad stuff and the good stuff. This guy can straight up ball. Like, he a dog. All you got to do is throw him the ball. And Ed, and I like that comment you had earlier, the slant party, because he the king of the slant party. He was running slants over the middle, bro, and taking that thing to the house. He was going deep, contorting his body, catching it contested. I said, that brother can play. Curtis Samuel, get well. I hope we need you week 1. But if not, you know what I mean? Throw to De'Ami Brown, throw to Logan Thomas, hand the ball off. Terry go deep. Terry on a slant. Humphreys on a slant. Pick your poison. Hand it to Gibson in the backfield. Read option. Like, we got a game plan. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, I love De'Ami too. I mean, I like this receiver class. It's way deeper than last year. So if somebody is not ready to play week 1, which I think Curtis is going to be fine, we got other guys to step in. So Oscar, the question I asked is, Curtis Samuel is on the PUP list, and Cornelius Lucas on the COVID list. I was just asking, what's your concern level about Curtis? Some people were freaking out, thinking he's not going to be ready week 1. But how do you feel about that? Do you think another receiver is going to make the roster instead with, not instead, but like somebody else? Are we going to keep 6 or 7 instead of keeping 5 or 6?
No, I think we're going to be sticking with 5 or 6. Curtis Samuel, he should be good to go. Hopefully, and you brought this up earlier in one of your videos, hopefully it's not another Paul Richardson situation. But I think, I don't think it's going to be. I think he should be fine. Just let him heal it up. It's a foregone conclusion that, he can make the roster. Ron Rivera likes him. Marty Herney likes him. So, if they didn't like him, he wouldn't have been here. So I think it's fine. We should, don't rush him. We already know what he's capable of. So, yeah.
Good point. Yeah, he is another Washington Panther guy that they love, and they brought on that same training staff. So I think he'll definitely be ready week 1. Shout out to JB Hardy 1, just became a channel member, so shout out to him. Appreciate you, bro. So what are 3 training camp battles you guys are looking forward to in Warpath? I'll let you go first since you were there today.
Well, it would have been Lucas versus Cosme, but Lucas isn't there right now. I think it's that outside corner battle. Who's going to be that? Is it going to be Kendall Fuller? Is it going to be St. Juice? I think right now it looks like it's going to be St. Juice. The safety makeup on defense as well is going to be interesting because they had some different combinations out there. You had McCain out there with Curl. You had Curl out there with Collins. And even our boy was playing corner, Troy Apke. So
Okay.
that was it. Yeah, he was playing corner out there a couple of times. But in all seriousness, I think it's going to be interesting. How many running backs are they going to carry? Are they going to carry 4 or are they going to carry 3? I think Jared Patterson, and this is just one day, but I think he's making he can make a push to get Peyton Barber cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that too. I heard Jared Patterson had a nice catch today. How about you, OG?
I'm looking for the quarterback battle because I don't think, even with what we're paying Ryan, that Heineke is just going to go away, because what you saw in the playoffs, Terry said, man, I can play with this dude any day. He throws a smooth pass, and he is a playmaker. And I'm looking forward to both guard position battle because I truly am looking forward. I'll leave it alone, but I'm looking forward to the battle of both guards. And, of course, I want to find out who was backing up Chase and Monte when it's time to rotate.
Yeah, that's a good one. We got William Bradley King or James Smith Williams, Shaka Tony. We actually signed somebody from Old Dominion. I forgot the guy's name. So we'll see what that guy can do. How about you, Oscar?
So I'm looking forward to, just the offensive line as a whole, because, last year it played okay-ish. It wasn't all that bad, but, that offensive line is stacked. So I'm wanting to see who's going to be the starters coming week 1. That's one battle. Another battle is, I'm going to echo what OG said, and, who's going to back up Montez Sweat and Chase Young, which one, these young guys, what do they have? Can they be reliable? Because these guys are seventh round draft choices, and some of them are, rookie free agents. So I want to see that battle. And then, of course, Landon Collins and, Cameron Curl, how will that, safety position stack up as well? So those are the 3 battles that I'm interested in.
Yeah, the O-line is a good one. Both guard positions. Really the left guard and then the right tackle spot. So we got to see who starts there. How about you, Kenny?
As far as the defense, I think we solid on defense. I'm really focusing on the offensive side of the ball, particularly the running back position. I told y'all about Patterson. Remember, I said he's like Darren Sproles. You know what I mean? Just going to watch his film, I said that he could play. I always look for guys that no one talks about, underdog mentality that could really, really play. And when I watched the film on him, he is just shifty. He's that guy on Madden when you hit the analog stick. He just like, bro, he gonna make people miss. You know what I mean? And then I seen a comment earlier about him returning punts. That's a good idea right there. You can try him out right there. But I feel like he's gonna get a lot of burn in the running back position, and Peyton Barber probably will get cut. I like Peyton Barber for the goal line thing, but I feel like McKissick, Patterson, and Gibson, that's good enough.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. Patterson, he does get that first down. He'll have an ugly game. He'll have 17 carries for about 29 yards, but he still gets the job done. But I love Patterson. I love what I see from him. I'm loving it. Travis Davis had a good question. Who is our third linebacker? Jamin Davis plus Cole Holcomb, and who else? Please not John Bostic. So Warpath, how did the linebackers look out there? How did Jamin look? Who rotated in and out?
Jamin looked good. Cole was looking good. I remember seeing him a couple of times make some big plays, and I saw Khalil Hudson out there a couple of times as well too. So that might be your question. I didn't see Bostic because I didn't see any linebacker. I don't know if he's out there because I didn't see linebackers run away from coverage or anything like that. But they were getting in there. But you know, I think at the end of the day, you're probably it probably would be Bostic. That's going to be your third linebacker if you play in there. And I just say that because he's got that veteran prowess. That's about it.
Mm. Yeah. So, who do you guys think are going to be some surprise cuts this season? I'll start with you, OG.
Man, I would be shocked if Troy Ackley would get cut, man. 'Cause I think he's an up and coming talent, man. He's everywhere, like you said, playing corner. Hell, he might as well play wide receiver. Nah, but no joke. It's gonna be tough in that wide receiver room. It's gonna be maybe one or two people that we won on the team or on the practice squad that's going to get cut and going to get picked up quick. I think God knows, I hope it don't happen, but I truly believe the people's champ this is his final year here.
Yeah.
I really think that is, and I don't want to see Deshaun gone, but we got to keep the guy that's eating up all the cap back there, that's out of position all the time. Landon Collins, I love him. So I think Deshaun and Deshaun, people's champ. I want to say Brandon Scherf, but you're paying him $18 million, so. But those are my surprise cuts.
You talking about Jimmy Moreland?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pick off Fitz today.
Mm-hmm.
He did pick off Fitz.
That was a nice pick.
Oh,
he did pick off Fitz. How about you, Warpath? And break down the Jimmy Moreland interception since Warpath was there today.
Yeah, somebody tipped it and he came up and he got a couple of bodies in front, but he came out with it. So Fitz was being Fitz, and Jimmy Moreland said, "Take that if y'all think I'm gonna get cut." But surprisingly, surprising cuts, huh? I think it's surprising. I gotta go with. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna go with Bay in this situation. I think Jimmy Moreland, because the room is too small, and then Deshaun Everett because. Derek Forrest is a younger version of Deshaun Everett too. Now, don't get that twisted. So I think that could be. Those are two surprising cuts that you can have, just because there's not enough room to carry those guys.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do like Derek. I heard Derek Forrest made some good plays out there as well today too. How about you, Oscar?
So I'm gonna echo the same thing. Jimmy Moreland for one of them. And then I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know that, these guys are young, but I honestly think that maybe John Bostic is also in danger. I don't know why. I just have an inkling feeling that John Bostic is in danger of getting cut this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are with you. Not a lot of people like Bostic market. He's solid. That's the one thing. He can call the plays. He's solid. Gets the job done. He lays out a message when we need him to. Sometimes he'll take a guy out when we need him to. But he was solid. So I could definitely see him being released. We would save about $1 million. I want to say like $3.5 million if we do release him. So it's not a lot of money, but we do have young guys like Jamin Davis and Khalid Hudson. So we got some young guys in there. But I think Bostic does end up making the roster because Ron loves him. How about you, Kenny?
Wide receiver class is so deep. It's so deep. And I hate to do it, you know what I mean? But we probably can't keep all of them. So let's see. Kelvin Harmon. It's going to hurt. I would like to see him on the team, but there's so many wide receivers. I feel like whoever doesn't make a play, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking like Terry or none of those guys. They locked. Kelvin Harmon, Cam's not going nowhere. I got a strong feeling Cam Simmons is not getting cut. They like Cam. They see his upside, big body. He ain't going nowhere. So Kelvin Harmon, AGG, and then Humphreys maybe. I don't know. I don't know which one. Out of those guys, somebody's getting cut. And I wouldn't be shocked. As far as the defense, Bostic, whatever, he's cool, but he can't cover. He can't cover. So you only can use him like on first and second down. You can't use him on third down. He's going to be burnt toast. They're going to turn him to grilled cheese. He can't cover nobody. So, yeah, he may go. Jimmy Moreland may go. and one of those wide receivers are named.
Yeah, I hope they don't cut Kelvin. I know Ron loves AGG because he drafted him, so he might be the odd man out. But he was balling today, from what I heard. I heard he looks good coming back from the ACL, made a couple good catches. So I'm hoping Kelvin makes that roster, and we really might keep 7. So, but I'm gonna ask about some guys that aren't on the roster that could potentially be on the roster this year and next year. This is one of OG's favorite players, Aaron Rodgers. You know, he called into the radio and just said Aaron Rodgers and hung up. So we gotta talk Aaron Rodgers real quick, and then we'll get back to the guys that are on the roster. Aaron Rodgers, we all know he is back at camp, so he did all that drama just to go back to camp. But they did negotiate something in his contract saying that they I forgot what they said they did with his contract, but he's probably not going to be there next year. They probably will be trading him. So even though what is he going to be 38 next year, he's going to be a year older.
I think 39 or 40.
39 or 40. 39 or 40. And I think he's looking for a contract extension as well. Would you pull the trigger for Aaron Rodgers next year? And what would you give up? OG, I'll let you go first. Let's say Heineke and Fitz. Let's say we go like 7-10 or something like that. But our defense still looks good. We were still kind of competitive, but we still look like we're a quarterback away. You know, because if we go 10-7, then we're probably going to keep Fitz. But if we go 7-10 and we don't make the playoffs, but like I said, our defense still looks solid. Offense looks like it has potential. We got the guys around. Would you pull the trigger on Aaron Rodgers?
Of course I would. You already know I would. But I want to say something before I finish it, sir. Don't be surprised. We signed Justin Houston this season. He's still on the market. But I would give up because Green Bay is going to be desperate, and I think in his contract, they can't trade him anywhere. He has to approve it. So if he wants to come here, I think 2 firsts, a second, and not gonna be able to get rid of Brandon Surf because he's gonna be gone by that time. But if not, I'll go ahead and give up 3. I'll give up 3 firsts and a second because I know I got at least 4 more years of a high level guy who I don't really have to put the full weight of the load on.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, if he plays well again this year, then it's something to definitely think about. How about you, Warpath?
Yeah. Oh man, we go do it now. I mean, have a trade in place, agreed in principle, like right now for next year, and then once the season's over with, come on over. As long as you don't get hurt, come on over, Aaron. We'll get him a place. Bay can find a place for him in DuPont Circle and everything, and we'll have a good. Look, just go ahead. I don't care what we had to do. I think Bay and Kevin Sheehan, they should go get the Mayflower truck like they did in Baltimore. Go up to Green Bay together, and they can record and everything, and bring Aaron Rodgers back to Washington, and it'd be like their Super Bowl parades back in the 80s and everything with Joe Gibbs on the bus. You can see Bay out there looking like Donnell Rollins when he said, "I'm rich." He's like, "We got a Super Bowl coming."
How about you, Oscar?
All right, gentlemen. You're probably not going to like me after this comment, but I think we need to come down to earth just a tad. I don't think so, and here's why. It's not the age thing. I'm not disputing that Aaron Rodgers is one of the best. I'm not disputing that because he is. But when will it be time? I'm gonna pose another question. When will it be time? Say that we do pull the trigger. We end up getting Aaron Rodgers. When will Washington be looking forward to the future? Because all we're getting is Aaron Rodgers for a good few years. When are we gonna start hunting for the future? Because reminding you, we got young guys now. But then, when Aaron Rodgers calls it a career, if it's not anytime soon, all these other guys will be older and we'll be stuck at square one. So I think that we should, let the season be, get the season over with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Heineke if they're not the answer, and then search for the future, in the upcoming year.
Yeah, I understand that argument too. You don't want to mortgage the future because we probably would have to give up about 2 first-round picks and a player, maybe Ioannidis and 2 first-round picks. So I get that he is 38. He is aging. Ron wants to build this team slowly. So I get that part too. But adding Aaron Rodgers definitely would get us at least 10 to at least 11 wins. I would say no less than 11 wins. How about you, Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it depends on what they want. If they want like 2 firsts and a player, you getting that. Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. That man is like that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I swear, like, he has moves like, you know what I mean, like a brother. Like, he got wheels like a brother. You know what I mean? He'll make you miss. You know what I mean? He does the Pat Mahomes thing. You know what I mean? And he's a hawk. You know what I like about Aaron Rodgers? He could be up a lot of points and still trying to score on you. We haven't seen that here in a long, long time. So I would give up at least 2 firsts and a player. And I know you're gonna get 3 or 4 years out of Aaron. The problem is, does Aaron want to come here? He probably want to go to Cali. He's from Cali somewhere. You know what I mean? He a little weird. He antisocial and some other stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know if people want to come to Washington, D.C., the chocolate city. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would embrace that. I dare it. You know what I mean? Let him come here. I would love it. 2 firsts, I will give it. Absolutely.
Yeah. He owns the NFC East. He owns the Cowboys. Every time I see him play the Cowboys, he beats the Cowboys. So we would dominate the Cowboys for years. Last question about somebody who's not on the roster. I guess we'll quickly go around, do Deshaun Watson. You know, I honestly think he's going to be found innocent. You know, a lot of people. So somebody in the chat said he's going to go to jail. I highly doubt that. We've seen guys. Antonio Brown. You know, he. I don't want to say got off, but you know, he got off. Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones, multiple guys for different instances. Even Darius Geis has been found innocent, so he got cleared. Deshaun Watson's going to get cleared. That's 100% going to happen. So if he does become available, because I'm scared the Eagles are going to try to trade for him and get him because they got the picks to do it. Would you consider trading for Deshaun Watson? I don't think it's going to happen, but would you consider it?
Absolutely. Turn, man. Absolutely.
How about your Warpath?
Oh, that's not a legitimate question, Ed. You know better than that. You know the answer before you even asked that. Of course. You got to get. Yeah. Why do you need to? Like, this is my thing, and I'm sorry if I'm going on this tangent. So we've got this team that's raring to go with this borderline elite defensive line that's probably going to be together for 2 years, right? Why do you want to go and trying to develop a quarterback when you can go out and get one of these quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson, like Aaron Rodgers, and bring them here and win and be in contention for Lombardi? Yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 7-9. Tom Brady gets them 11-5 just on his lonesome on a bad MCL, and they win the Super Bowl. So, dude, you got to entertain that. I mean, that's asinine that people are just like sitting here like, oh, I don't know. We should develop for the future. Guess what? The future is now. Future is now. This ain't baseball. Future is now in the NFL.
Well, now what I will say is the bad PR thing, because Dan the man he got off basically. He got a slap on the wrist for
we're rehabbing. Rehab. He's in the Bill Cosby deviant rehab program, so we'll be good there. Get him some Jello pudding pops. We'll be good, and just watch some of the Huxtables.
How about you, Oscar?
Okay, so this guy I actually would like to entertain. I would like to have him. Now there is some downside, his the stuff that's going on right now with him. But yeah, him I would love to have him because he's what Ron Rivera wants. Mobile. He can throw the football. So that Deshaun Watson I would entertain. Because he's what Ron Rivera wants. Now the drama is something that Washington has dealt with that already. But I think that with Ron Rivera's mentality, he won't allow it to get to Deshaun Watson. So the Deshaun Watson, bring him to Washington. I wouldn't mind him here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would pull the trigger. It just depends on what we have to give up. Chase Young is untouchable. Montez Sweat, in my opinion, is untouchable too. So it'll probably be a bunch of two first round picks, Matty Ice, and we might have to throw somebody else in there. How about you, Kenny?
Absolutely. It depends on what they want. I'm not worried about the PR hit or none of that because you know what cures all of that? Winning. I bet you if he come in here and win, PR what? PR what? They just gonna be like, oh, them boys is good. That football team is damn good. You know what I mean? And notice this happens all the time. I can go down the list. There is guys, Reuben Foster, Antonio Brown, you know what I mean? Deshaun Watson, Big Ben, you know what I mean? Like it's just a bunch of, you just don't know. And it seems like people don't know what's going on, but they quick to say you're guilty. You're guilty. You don't know. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Media does that because it makes people like us Google and look and make their views go up. You know what I mean? So we don't know at the end of the day. I heard he was innocent. I don't care what they saying. I want to see black and white. Do you have any proof? Do you have video? Any evidence? Can you prove that in court? So I definitely will go after him. I feel like Ron will go after him too, but I know Ron will do his homework because he's no nonsense. He don't play with that domestic violence stuff at all. So yeah, if they do a thorough background check on him and he's innocent, whatever they trying to deal like 3 1s. He's young. I still remember Deshaun at Clemson when that game went in drive. Y'all remember that? He's a baller. He's a baller. Yeah, I like ballers. We'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you, Kenny. So this draft class, I like this draft class. Jamin Davis, De'Ami Brown. Who do you guys think is going to be the surprise player, have the biggest impact? Who's going to be our Cameron Curl this year in this draft class? And Warpath, I'll go with you first.
John Bates. Because I think the expectations for St. Juice and Jamin are high anyway, right? And De'Ami. So, I don't think those would be surprises. Just be everybody's like, oh yeah, these guys are. So John Bates, because we haven't had a backup tight end in ages, so that can come out there, and if he gets like 300-400 yards receiving and maybe puts together like 5 touchdowns or something, I think that's a success, and that's something he can go out there and do if he turns into a red zone threat, something added extra for Heineke or Fitz Magic out there. So I'll go with John Bates there.
You said 500 yards for John Bates?
I said 400, 450. Let's go 450.
I mean, that will quadruple the yardage that we got from our tight end number 2.
For our tight ends 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. They'll double it. Yes.
How was you, OG?
I'm looking at the guy Cosme, and the only reason is because he's going to get significant playing time now. Right now, with Lucas out, at least for the COVID protocol, I don't know exactly how that is. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks right now is going to get him prepared for the first game against New England.
Mm-hmm.
Gets in there and he shows any kind of production, and whatever series they do, that's going to put Lucas behind because Lucas plays the left, and that's where he wants to be at. So if you got this young goat sitting over there at the right, getting the time Lucas get caught up, and there's only 3 preseason games, we may be seeing Cosme over on that side with Brandon Sheriff.
Yeah, that's super important. That right tackle spot, Sam Cosme, he's got a lot of hype. I mean, he's super strong, very athletic. How about you, Oscar?
Ooh. Give me John Bates as well. Now, granted, and I forgot to mention this earlier, I think it's going to be coming down. That tight end battle in training camp is also interesting because it's, in my opinion, Simon Reyes and John Bates for tight end, not even tight end number 2, because we already have, I think Ricky Seals-Jones is going to be tight end number 2. So I think John Bates could be if he makes the roster. That's I think that maybe 200, maybe even 250 to 300 yards is good enough for John Bates, especially if Ricky Seals-Jones is that tight end number 2. So I'm going to say John Bates could be our next guy.
So you think there's a chance that John Bates doesn't make the roster?
It depends on what they're gonna, if Ricky Seals-Jones, if he is a proven number 2. If not, then yeah.
Yeah, I think John Bates makes the roster. I think they keep 3. I think they keep Ricky, John, and of course Logan's going to make the roster. But I like that pick of John Bates. How about you, Kenny?
So Ed, do they have to be a rookie? Can it be a free agent signing?
Nah, yeah, we'll just keep it with the rookies right now.
Okay. Okay. So rookie, the running back. Like I'm just, Patterson. I'm just like whoa. I remember Marshall Faulk. I remember Darren Sproles. I remember Brian Westbrook. Like these type of players, these type of players that we've lacked, and we haven't had in a long time. I think we have a still gentleman like this dude. Like, yeah, hopefully, he does make the team. I think he will. But we just haven't had that home run hitter. We had some pretenders. We had like Matt Jones. He was a pretender. But we haven't had a home run, dump the ball off, and he just go. Or make you miss and just go in a long time. This is a complimentary piece right here to Gibson. You know what I mean? Because Gibson can do it all too. Now you have a rookie, that's shifty, and you have McKissick. It's gonna be love. Y'all gonna like this.
I can't wait to see Patterson out there, even in preseason. But you brought up Matt Jones, man. That guy fumbled the ball all the time. But Hawk, thank you for the donation. You're something else, Hawk. You really are. What are the chances we sign Richard Sherman to strengthen our secondary? I'll let you guys answer to this one.
Is he gonna be like bouncer security or something like that for us? Is he gonna be like he gonna be knocking down doors for somebody? Like if we need to go get somebody out, or I mean, he maybe put something that Stanford education to use. No, all seriousness, no, you don't need no Richard Sherman. I think that's just simple like that. No on Sherman. No Sherman here.
Yeah. Anybody else want to respond?
I would say that we don't actually need him, but if they was to take a shot on him, that would be crucial to the development of St. Jude and that those safeties, because his knowledge of the game is going to help them do eye contact, be very aware of who's in and not in place. So I don't think we will, but I will not say don't get him, because I like what he brings to the table. I do, and you don't have to keep him in the game because you got enough talent to where he can be like a coach and a mentor to them young cats.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Richard Sherman at all, especially after the stuff that happened with him. I just don't know if he's in the right mindset right now. I hope he gets well. But yeah, him knocking on that door, he still got that strength because he really almost pushed that door down in that video. But Zakai Dowdy says Diami. I think it's gonna be Diami Brown. That's my pick for the most impactful rookie. It could be Jamin Davis too, because he's gonna be starting. He's gonna get a lot of snaps. And a lot of people are already saying he could be Defensive Rookie of the Year. But I guess that's kind of the obvious pick because Cameron Crowe was a 7th-round pick. So if I had to go with a late-round pick, I'd probably go with I might have to go with John Bates too. I think he's going to be super impactful. Not with just catches, but just blocking because, he's going to make this offense not one-dimensional. We've always had tight ends that, could just catch. Either they could catch or they could just block. They couldn't do both. And John Bates, he might be able to do both. He played basketball, Warpath. You always say that he played track too. So The guy's athletic, so he can bring some different things to the table. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Santiago had a donation as well. I'm trying to find it. He said Jared Patterson as well, so he agrees with Kenny. So I'm with you on that. So Sam Acho on ESPN. So we were getting a lot of hype, a lot of Booger McFarland picked us to win the NFC East. Mike Greenberg loves the Washington football team. Rich Eisen as well. Somebody else on ESPN picked Dan Orlovsky. He picked us to win the NFC East as well this year. So Sam Acho made he had an interesting take. He said that we are the biggest threat to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC this year. I just wanted to get you guys' take on that. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about that? How do you think we stack up in the NFC? There's also a poll saying that there's like eight or nine better rosters that are clearly better than the Washington football team. I don't agree with that because to even make the playoffs, you got to be at least the 8th best team or the 7th best team. There's 7 teams that make the playoffs. So I want to get you guys' take on that. And also, how would you define a successful season for the Washington football team? Would it be NFC East champs, winning more games, Super Bowl? I know it's a lot of questions, but Warpath, I'll let you go first.
Well, they got me on tape now down there saying 12-5. Let's go. So I think that would be a. I think that would probably be a y'all drinking the Kool-Aid down there. It was hot out there, so had to I gotta find that for y'all and send that to you. I think and I said this before, I think winning a playoff game is deemed a successful season in this year because they haven't won a playoff game since 2005. When they beat Tampa Bay with the most putrid offensive performance in a winning effort in NFL history. So I think you got to win a playoff game. That is deemed successful, and where the playoffs, that's what we got to do. We got to go ahead and win that playoff game. That's what I'm saying there, because I don't know if you have the quarterback experience that can get you to a championship game just yet. The team might be gearing up in that direction. It's kind of going back to what Ron said. It's a 3-year process.
Okay. How about you, Kenny?
Not only you gotta make the playoffs, I like to see you win 2 games in the playoffs. I'd go crazy. I'd probably break everything in my basement. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'd break everything and replace it. You know what I mean? I'd be that happy. I wouldn't even care. So yeah, go to the playoffs, punish the first team, win a nail biter in the second round, and then get let down, but still be happy like this. We all right, guys. Find a quarterback. If we find if Heineke is the quarterback, that's gonna shock the world. I would like that more. If we knew Heineke was a franchise quarterback, that'd be nice. Y'all would love a franchise quarterback, wouldn't y'all? When the last time we had one? You know what I mean?
Sammy Ball.
Yeah, right. Right. You know what I mean? Franchise quarterback, 2 games in the playoffs. I'm good. Anything further than that, whatever, bro. I'm with it.
So let's say, what if we went 8-9 and we missed the playoffs by 1 game, and Heineke just balls out in the last 5 games, and he shows that he can be a franchise quarterback? Would that be a successful season for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Why does it take him so long? The last 5 games, I need him to hit the ground running.
Yeah, because they might start Fitz.
Okay, so when they finally do put Heineke in, he needs to hit the ground running. He needs to go on like how Robert Griffin. It needs to be Robert Griffin-ish, rookie season. You know what I mean? Where he's just extending plays. You know what I mean? Making people miss. Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? You give me that, I'm happy, because then I know, all right, we don't need a quarterback. I could move my draft chips around. Like, okay, we're gonna address this and this and this and this. We're gonna build around him. We're gonna build this line. We're gonna, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then you can kind of pick your shots now. You don't have to go for best player available. You can be like, nah, I need him. Already got him. We good.
Right. How about you, Oscar?
It needs to be more than 9 wins. because we already saw what they can do with a 9-win 10-win season. So it needs to be more than 9 wins, and then obviously a playoff win. None of this wild card round stuff. I've been there, done that. Let's move on. Let's get a playoff win. So more than 9 wins and a playoff win.
Yeah, I'm with you. We haven't won a playoff game since 2005. We got to get over the hump. How about you, OG?
Man, I'm a little bit different from y'all because I know what's missing. We need to win more games, and we need to win home games. Can you imagine? They're saying that they're going to announce the name next year. When these dudes get in there and start fracturing skulls, and you hear them howling, oh! Man, do you understand what that does? You get 10, 11 wins, and it's hard to breathe in that atmosphere, and you don't have the opposing fans overlapping our stadium. You talking about crippling somebody, man. You thought them bleachers was shaking at RFK? Talking about we want Dallas. Dallas not even in the equation. It's going to be we want the Bucks because we saw what we could do to them with Heineke. And with a more improved offensive line and a better scheme, and now inserting the inside linebacker, these dudes want something, and they want it bad. And what do a wolf do when they start hunting up wolf pack? They hunt for blood, and the Bucks got what we want. Get 10 to 11 wins, and you win all 8 in the house. No team on the face of the planet is going to want to come to FedEx because you're not going to be able to live it down. No more talking shit to us anymore. No more looking at us sideways. No more saying anything else other than this is not going to end well. We put a lot of quarterbacks out last year. Do not make the mistake and think we won't do it again.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. We got to take over that stadium. I don't know if the name is going to be Red Wolves. I saw Sentinels on Twitter today. I don't know what's up with that one, but I know Ron Rivera said it himself. He said he likes Red Wolves, so I'm down with that. So what are you guys' expectations for Chase Young this year? Would you say over or under 10 sacks? And Montez Sweat as well. Warpath, I'll go with you first.
I said 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I said 24. I think that's where I'm setting the over under at.
For Chase Young alone or with Montez?
Both. Yeah, you said both of them, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said for both of them.
Yeah.
So 12 apiece.
Okay. That's doable. How about you, OG?
I agree with Corey, but I think it's going to be a little higher. And the only reason I said it is because we got Mac Ioannidis back. You're going to have to give an account for if you want your quarterback to get directly hit or get hit while looking at one of those gangsters take their soul.
How about you, Oscar?
I'll do 20 combined, 10 each.
Okay, I'm with you. I can see that. I'm around 10 for both. How about you, Kenny?
I think Chase Young gonna lead the NFL in sacks. So the number will probably be, I think he's gonna probably get about something crazy like 16, 17 sacks. I think he's gonna have a breakout year. If he don't lead it, I think Montez Sweat gonna lead it because I feel like they're gonna game plan for one of them. And it's probably going to be Chase Young. So if they game plan for one of them, the other one is going to benefit. It's going to be one of those two, mark my words, that lead the NFL in sacks. It's probably going to be Montez. He a little fat. It seems like he's really, really fast. Ain't no getting away from him. His motor is crazy. And he just mauls you over. He just run you over like a car. He don't hit you hard. He just run you over, you know what I mean, and run past you, just roll over top of you, bro. Y'all seen it? He run right over you and just keep running. The sack is already made, but he's still on his feet like a car. You know what I mean? So it's going to probably be, I would say, 25-26 combined, but it's going to be one of those two with a bunch of sacks.
Yeah, and a lot of tip passes from
And a lot of forced fumbles.
Oh yeah.
The slap fumble.
Right.
They
So
mentioned that.
Warpath. Shout out to the Door Gunner. That's my guy. He's a channel member, man. He's a funny guy. He's always got jokes. You know, Warpath. If you want to respond to that comment, you can go ahead.
Look. I'm just gonna show y'all. I got this beautiful mountain scenery that I can look at because I knew I was gonna be talking to Bay, and I knew he's gonna talk some foolishness. So I got this beautiful mountain scenery behind me.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, see that's why I'm looking at that. So I can center and have my peace of mind just because I got to deal with my elders over here and trying to show them the utmost respect and all that, especially when they're slanderous on local radio to you and talk behind your back and everything, and so I've got to have this peace of mind and solitude. Ain't nobody kicked me out of my house, so. That ain't no green screen. No, it is a green screen, actually.
Oh, Lord.
Nature green, all that.
That looks good, boy.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
So good. Oh, that's cool, bro.
Is it Airbnb?
No, it's just ain't no Airbnb. Ain't no Airbnb. Don't do that, Ed. Don't do that, bro.
Big Simple. What's up, man? He said, all right, so one of the last few questions I ask. So Ron said he wants competition at every position. We'll get to the quarterback position again. Do you guys think it's a real competition? How do you think preseason will shake out? If you just had to predict, do you think Heineke is going to start any of these preseason games? How many games do you think Fitz starts? Do you think we're going to see Steven Montez in some of these preseason games? Is he going to get snaps at running back, wide receiver? How do you think the competition shakes out? Kyle Allen as well. We can't really forget about them. How do you think Kyle Allen has a chance to even play this season? Is he a guy that we shouldn't count out? Who do you think wins the competition? Do you think it's a real competition? And then also Fitz over under 8 starts this year. So I know there's a lot of questions. Warpath, I'll let you start off again.
So I really didn't think this was a competition until I saw today and talked to a couple of people. And there is a consensus that this is a competition between Fitzpatrick and Heineke, because Heineke's been in this offense 3 different times. He had quarterback coach Scott Turner in Minnesota, Carolina, and then here in Washington as his offensive coordinator. So there's something there with that. And Ed, you're going to have to repeat the other 2 questions that you asked there. So what was the other one?
Your boy Steven Montez.
No, God, no. Yeah, we'll see him. We will see him in spot duty, I think. And I think we'll see Heineke start that 3rd preseason game, most likely. If not, he just won't start a preseason game. And then Kyle Allen looks like he could have tried. He should be at the Olympics with the men's volleyball team because all of his passes were getting deflected in the air. So maybe he could have got gold in that. But, I heard he had a bad leg. But no, I think you'll see Heineke in that last tune-up, last game before the regular season.
So Kyle Allen, he was the worst out of all the quarterbacks today. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, because Montez was running with the running backs at one time.
Wow. Okay. So Heineke did look better than Fitz today. I know it's just day one, so it's not to get too hyped up about, but
yeah. I see you. I see that. I see that look in your eye, though, man. You got the excitement. Like I said, when Ed tweets something out, that's excitement. It is, and I said, Lord, we lost Ed already. There's no reason with Ed. He's like, how the key?
I'm a Heineke guy, man.
I know you are. Get your green bottle at, Ed. Get that green bottle out, bro.
How about you, Oscar? I know it was a lot of questions in one. Do you think it's a real competition, quarterback competition? Do you think who over under 8 starts with Fitz? And how do you think Steven Montez will do in preseason?
So Steven Montez, I can maybe see him just being at that fourth game, so that way, because he is a practice squad guy, and usually start, first string, second string, and even some third string guys don't even play that fourth preseason game. So I think Steven Montez is going to be that fourth preseason game, just for show. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'll give him seven games out of the 17 games. And I do think it's a real competition, and I think Taylor Heineke is going to be the starter. And I think I don't see him starting the preseason. The first two preseason games. Maybe I see him starting the third preseason game.
Okay, so you think Heineke's going to start day one?
Yep.
You do, and then you think he's going to get benched for Fitz?
Well, here's so I feel like Heineke, whenever he's gonna grow cold, and where does Ryan Fitzpatrick come from? Ryan Fitzpatrick is gonna step in and lead Washington to a comeback. So that's the way I see it. That's what happened last year with Tua Tagovailoa. He was given the start, but when he went cold, Ryan Fitzpatrick has to come in and save the day. So
that's true. I mean, that could happen. Fitz is better off the bench. We saw the game against the Raiders where his face mask got pulled and he threw a beautiful pass. So it could happen. How about you, Kenny?
I feel like Fitzpatrick may start, but he's going to get 3 games. And the reason why I say that, because I feel like Ron is going to be thinking about that Dwayne Haskins thing. Like, I should have pulled him earlier. So I know that's at the back of his mind. You know what I mean? I also think, that Heineke in the preseason, he's going to show so much that before we're going to be saying he should start. We're going to be like, man, he should start. And all he has to do is a little bit, and we're going to say he should start. All he has to do is run around, make a person miss, throw it downfield, extend the play. Bro, he going to, because we know what Fitzpatrick is already. He has no upside. We already seen it. He going to go in there. He going to win a couple games. He going to sling that joint down the field, and we be like, whoa. And we also know he going to go colorblind sometimes and throw it to the wrong team. And Ron hates people that turn the ball over. His ass is going to be on the bench. He cannot make those mistakes. He can't have 3 and 4 interceptions a game. That's dead. Ron's face going to turn red. He going to get to adjusting his glasses. You know how he is when he's on the sideline, bro. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Heineke is probably the future. If he's not the future, we will be getting in the first round. We'll be drafting the quarterback next year.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, man. I want to see more. The Legend of Taylor Heineke. I won't get a T-shirt, but I want to see more of the Legend of Taylor Heineke. How about you, OG?
I want to first address Steven Montez and Kyle Allen. When asked about Kyle Allen today, Ron said we're going to see when he was talking about his foot. So this means that Kyle Allen is really not as healthy as we think he is. So Steven Montez will probably be able to be getting some burn, like in game 2, preseason game 2 and preseason game 3, which will allow them to experiment on the gadget plays that they said they wanted to do last year with him. Heineke and Fitzmagic, it's going to be a serious battle, and whether they believe it or not, because Fitz is going to start out probably the first possessions, and then Heineke is going to get in there, and that offense is going to roll, and they're like, "Holy, he's rolling against second streamers." And then the second game, Ron gonna probably say, "Okay, let me switch it up," and Heineke is going to probably get out there and air it out, or start taking off when they leave it wide open because everybody's checked. Fitz is a gangster. I like what he is, and I like what he do. He gonna give you at least 3 or 4 games of what Doug Williams did in the Super Bowl in that quarter. He's gonna light you up for about like 4 or 5 touchdowns, and then he can go and light you up, maybe fumble and turn the ball over twice. Mm-hmm. If he can fix that, this will be a serious discussion moving forward after this season. How long will we keep them two at bay?
I'm with you. So Warpath is not looking like John Beck, Rex Grossman anymore, is it?
That remains to be seen. Like, and with the, like I said, I think it is still. I think he's still Rex Grossman. I think Fitzpatrick is, and I think that you've got Rex Grossman against Rex Grossman probably now, because the one thing about Heineke is he's never made it through a full game. He has never made it through a full game.
He did gain 15 pounds, 15 pounds of muscle.
He's never made it through a full game, though. That's the only thing. That's the only hang up I have with him. I want to believe. Trust me, I do. I want to believe in Fitzpatrick. I want to think that he's not going to turn the ball over and he's going to throw for 50 touchdowns and 8 interceptions and craps apple pie every time he goes out there. But it's just not going to happen. You just know this. Right. That's what the trends are saying. It's the same thing with Taylor. I hope if something happens to Fitz, he can go out there and just straight ball out and win ball games. He's got to stay healthy, though.
You're right. I mean, they called him Clubber Lane. You know, he already got practiced by what's his name? Gibson hit him in the face with an elbow, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably the second last, and then we'll get to some Wizards talk real quick because we got to touch on it. The draft is tomorrow night. You know, me and OG, we've been going back and forth on whether to keep Brad. You know, I know OG wants to get Brad out of here as quick as possible. You know, OG would pack his bags for him and get him out of here. But I just want to get you guys take on the NFC East. Who's your early what's your early prediction for the NFC East? How do you think it's going to shake out? And rank the quarterbacks in the NFC East. And Kenny, I'll let you go first.
Number one, I will have to give it to Dak Prescott. I'm going based on what I know and what I've seen. So I have to go Dak Prescott, but I still don't think Dallas is gonna. I think they're gonna be at the bottom of the barrel still. So that's ranking the quarterback. Dallas, you know, I think they're gonna be not fourth place but third place. And then after that, you know what I mean? Let's see. I don't like Daniel Jones, but I don't know enough about Jalen. You know what I mean? I watched him at Oklahoma, but I probably have to go. I have to go with Daniel Jones as far as the next quarterback up because I don't know what these other guys is. You know, I don't know what Fitzpatrick is going to do, so I can't put him ahead of Daniel Jones. But I will say we're going to win the division. We're going to be at the top. The Giants are going to be set in second place. Dallas will be third. Philly will finish last. Quarterback wise, Daniel Jones. No, I'm sorry, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Fitzpatrick, and then Jalen.
Mm-hmm. I think Fitz is better than Danny. I mean, not by much. But I do think he's better than Danny. But I do like your rankings for. I think it's gonna shake out that way too. I kind of got it shaking out that way too. I know Philly is gonna finish last. I'll definitely say that. Right. How about you, Oscar?
Okay, so I think Washington. Okay, I'll do the quarterbacks first, and then I'll give my NFC East standings after. I give Dak Prescott number one. The problem with Washington is who's going to be that starter. Because I honestly do think that Taylor Heineke, and it's just one game, but I think he's better than Daniel Jones. But I know that Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay, so I'll give Taylor Heineke the start, and I'll put him ahead of Daniel Jones. And then after Daniel Jones, it's going to be Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, okay. That's fair. And how you got the NFC East shaking out?
This is going to be painful, and I'm probably going to be hated for it. I don't know why, but I think Dallas is going to find a way to, bounce back and get in first place. Washington in second. The Giants in third and Eagles in fourth.
Yeah. Don't kill my man Oscar, because every time Dallas gets picked, they always end up losing the NFC East anyway. So
All right,
I like
Ken.
it.
That's a good thing. Then. That's a good thing. All right, I like that, Ed.
How about you, OG?
Lord have mercy. I think Dak is going to be the number one quarterback in the division only because it's a stat stuffing thing.
Mhm.
I don't know who our starting quarterback is, but I truly believe that Jalen Hurts is going to be the second best quarterback in our division. And the reason I say this is because he can run, he is a leader, and they do have some weapons. How many games they will win, I don't know. Daniel Jones, this is a must-prove-it year to him. It can easy flop if Fitzmagic is starting and he starts the majority of the games, he could be number 2. But I'm putting Daniel Jones number 3, and I'm putting who's starting at number 4. Who's going to win the division? It's going to be the New York Giants, 11-6, us 10-7, and I think it's going to be Philly, and then it's going to be Dallas. How people live off of Dallas is crazy. That offensive line, there's no excuses. That's the same offensive line they've had for the past 5 years. Tyron Smith has been at best playing 8 to 10 games a season. He's been hurt the past 6 seasons. You didn't know what you had in Fredericks because he was dealing with that mental issue. So you had his replacement, and he started last year all the games. Zach Martin, he's been switching from right tackle to right guard. And on and off. Zay Collins is an accident waiting to happen off the field. I don't care about them saying he's a Pro Bowler because he's not. That offense is not as good as they say it is. We shut CeeDee Lamb down. He had 5 catches and 2 games with 35 yards, no touchdowns. Zeke is not running on us. That offense is just as putrid as that daggone defense. They couldn't get started early. They've been playing behind the whole entire time. So for Dallas to be even in the mention of winning this division, it is asinine, ignorant, and abomination. So if I'm telling you, the Giants, we have not beaten them people in 3 years. And I got a very, very bad, man, I got it bad for them. So until we can beat them, because it's going to come down to how many times we beat them or how many times they beat us for who to win this division. Remember, their defense is nice. They done added some weapons on that offense. They got a 2-headed monster at tight end, Kyle Rudolph, and the other youngin. I don't care if my man Saquon don't come back, they still got a nice run game and they got a nice offensive line. Danny Dimes can only turn it over so many times. And they got Corey Boyd backing him up. What's his name? The boy we had over here.
Right. McCoy. Cole McCoy.
That's Corey Boyd. Right there. That's who we wanted to get back.
Jay Gruden's son.
Yeah, but that's why I see it at. And I think it's going to be a battle between us and New York. And we're not tripping off no stats, so let Dallas win that because that's all they win is the hype award. So if Dak finishes the season healthy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if Dallas has finished 4th. I got them finishing better than the Eagles. I can see them finish 3rd. I can see them finish, but their defense, it got a little bit better. It's still not great. I like how you brought up CeeDee, alligator arms, CeeDee Lamb. He's scared of Deshaun Everett. So if he sees Deshaun Everett, he's going to drop the pass. He's going to drop a pass. But I'm with you on that. So we'll transition to the Wizards and OG. I'll let you go first. But Dejan Bell, what's up, man? Thank you for the donation. You said I'm moving to DC. I'm gonna need my one-on-one. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Hit up my man Kenny. We'll definitely meet up and play some basketball for sure. We would definitely got to do that, man. There was another donate. Abel and Bro Show. Thank you, man. He says thank you for the donation. He says Wizards front runners on land and Ben Simmons. So OG, I'll let you go first, and then we'll head on after that. What's your take on the Wizards? Who do you want them to draft? Would you blow it up or keep it together? I already know what your answer is. And would you trade for Ben Simmons, and what would you give him for Ben Simmons? Would you give a Russ, or would you go Bradley Beal?
You already know. You know me, man. I'm with the trading Bradley Beal before you lose him next year. I am. I don't think we can trade him for Ben Simmons because Bradley's not going to sign an extension with them, so that avoid that out. I think it's between Golden State and probably the Clippers. And Golden State will be very interesting to me because they have the 7th and the 14th pick. And they have 2 young guys that we can actually use on this team if this head coach is the defensive-minded guy that Ed says he is. And I like that kid that I from overseas, man. He plays in the paint. He rebounds, something we were missing. He plays defense, something we were missing, and he will flush it. So if we get him at 15, I'm excited. I'm excited for him, sir. I really am.
Oh, who are you talking about?
The guy that I sent to y'all on Instagram on the ground.
Oh, no, I don't know. He looks like Young Mahimi to me.
Mahimi.
He can look like Young Mahimi, but if he plays anything like an enforcer down in that paint with Gafford and Rui, who should be the face of this thing, it's going to be a wrap. Oh, man.
How about you, Orba?
You know how I feel about this whole situation. I think it's another thing that Bay and I kind of agree on. Outside of getting little Russell Simmons or Richard Simmons, what's his name? Richard Ben Mabel? I don't know. Either way, he passing up shots, but I think you got guys on the team that people are talking about reloading. I'm like, what are we reloading? We didn't have no bullets to begin with up in this chamber, so why are we reloading? I think it's just time to scrap it up and just rebuild, just kind of build something that can be competitive. But other than that, man, I that's all I really got with this Washington basketball team. The damn Washington Wizards.
How about you, Kenny?
I don't want Ben Simmons. I love Bradley Beal. I'm not giving up a scorer like Bradley Beal. He's about to lead the NBA in scoring. He almost did that.
Right.
Like he's just too good and he's getting better.
Mm.
Bradley Beal has a chance to be a Hall of Famer. I just see it. He's that good. I'm not giving him up at all. Everybody could go except for him. You want to rebuild? Buy everybody. I scrap everybody. Not Bradley Beal. Not Rui either. I like him. He has potential. And not Gafford. I like those three right there. Gafford, Rui, and Beal. Everybody else, I don't care what happens. Let's build around them. I love Russ. Dog, you old, you know what I mean? You still can't shoot. You're making all that money. Bro, I shoot better than you. Go watch my videos. I swear to God. Go work on your jumper, Russ.
Yeah, I love Russ too. I love the Brody. He does have to work on that jumper. He does. But it's looking rough. I want to keep the team together, but if they do blow it up, I'm fine. It is what it is. It's been a fun ride. John Wall, Bradley Beal, we haven't gotten past the second round, so I understand, but I would love to see him run it back. I would love to see him with Russ and Brad and Gafford. We got to get some better players, but I don't want to see Ben Simmons in DC. The guy, nobody believes him. Doc Rivers wouldn't even stand up for Ben Simmons. So, it is what it is. But I thank you guys for coming on and watching, man. Make sure you guys sub up Warpath. Make sure you guys sub up Kenny Man Fitness. Make sure you guys sub up Oscar too, man. He does Washington football content. And make sure you guys follow DC Bay, the OG, on Instagram at DC. What is it? DC Bay _ 72.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment with him. Never a dull moment. And make sure you guys definitely sub up Warp. He is out there in training camp right now, so make sure you guys sub him up.
I'm done. I'm done with the training camp. I'm going back to the house. So.
All right, y'all. You guys have a good one. Peace.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Later.